All right, guys, what's going on? What's going on? We got another session in the markets today. We are looking at Wednesday, April 17th, 2019, hump day, middle of the week. So we had couple of good days in the markets. We actually spied doing a little bit of like it always does, a pullback actually right after the open. That 291 just getting stuffed out. Keeps having an issue with that level. Pulled back quite hard into the day green, but almost red. It went green to red last 30 minutes of the session. Then broke above the open and barely closed green. So anyway, as always, plenty of opportunities whether if the market's up or down. If stock's dumping, stock is dumping. If people want to get into a position and start building over time, it's irrelevant what the market is doing. All depends on the company itself. Sectors do help, but they definitely don't dictate direction, that's for sure. Each company has its own individual ideas, and at the end of the day, if a company's strong, it's run. If it's weak, it's dumping, period. So, what we do, we stock our stocks basically. We wait for our optimal entries. If something's looking good for us, doesn't matter what the market's doing. If it's market adverse, then we take it down. If not, then we wait. So let's get into it right now. We are looking at ALK. We actually got 8 on watch. So I'll start on ALK. ALK's been on watch for a couple of days. You can see actually had a little bit of a run yesterday, up almost a point. This is one of these that we just gotta wait patiently with. So it's on this wedge, it's on the downtrend, and had a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of a run. But we definitely still like this thing to the downside. Gives us, we're still gonna look at another, maybe 3 points to the downside. So just gotta wait for this thing to curl down and make its journey down. So once it does, then we'll step in. It should be ready any day, in our opinion. So it's reaching that level. We definitely like it. So patience on this one. Next up, we got BOOM. Boom. So, as you know, we've been watching this thing for quite a while. Put in its highs yesterday, and it's actually showed this particular move last week. So, not gonna get too excited with this thing yet, but it's definitely overextended and overbought. So, we're definitely looking for this thing to start making its journey to the downside. Obviously, it's a strong company. It's not a bad company, but definitely people are going to start taking their profits relatively soon here and start stepping in. So once that happens, which it may have already began, we're going to enjoy this thing to the downside. HCA. HCA is one of these things just like ICPT. This thing dumped hard yesterday, as you can see. Clearly, institutions unloading some shares, and as they always do, they do it in tiers, right? So, you can look at this chart, see there's just no way it's down, almost $13. There's no way it's gonna go further. And when you think that, that's exactly when it dumps even further. Let's pull up ICPT. ICPT is the exact same thing, right? So it dumped out. I think it's down like almost $30, right? So after its first initial $20 gap down, first gap down session last week, I realized there's no way it can go any further. Obviously, technically, it looked like it did. It could go further, and it did exactly that. When you have these companies with high institutional ownerships, and clearly you have an ATR of almost $6 here, and shares are being unloaded onto the market, you better be sure that this thing is going to move, and it's not going to move slowly. It's going to move hard. It's going to move very deep, which is exactly what this thing did. Moved almost 30 plus bucks to the downside. So that's not on our watch. ICP is not on our watch, but we're always watching it. But it's pretty close getting to the end here. There might be a point or two to the downside, but I just want to use that as an example. HCA is kind of the same situation. So HCA just had this tier 1 dump and not quite ready yet. We like it to the mid 111 level. So we're looking at another 2-3 points to the downside. So obviously wait for this thing to dust to settle in the morning, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spikes right out of the bell for the first 15-20 minutes. Once that settles down, we're going to end up obviously taking us down when it crosses VWAP. So this is going to be one of our top ones on watch. And again, you know, maybe the dumping is over, but usually situations like this with such high ATR and such high institutional ownership, it happens in tiers. So anyway, we're waiting for this one for the downside. Next up, we got JBHT. JBHT has been a good trade for us. Obviously had a gap down yesterday and showed weakness. Thought it was going to fill that gap in the morning. Got weak. Had a nice clear pattern crossing down over VWAP and showing its weakness, and traded very, very nicely to the downside, closed to the low. So that's obviously on our day 2 continuation. KL, as you can see, is on a downtrend for a little over a month now, and it's not reaching that level just yet. So you know, it's got another maybe 2 points to go, and we definitely like this thing. It's a low stress trade for us, and obviously all pullbacks to VWAP, as you can see how it looks. It's quite nice technically, so it's a very low stress trade. So keep this one on watch to the low 29s. NKTR. These charts are a little bit slow today. Anyway, NKTR is still running low, right? Still some room to the downside, another 2 points or so. And you know, it's going nothing too quick, but you know, with the high institutional ownership like this thing, there's no need to step in the way. The trend is clearly showing you what's going on here. Clearly showing that guys are still, you know, unloading shares, and it hasn't changed yet. So until the chart shows us otherwise, we still like it to the downside. Last but not least, we got VEC. VEC obviously had its monster run on the 15th, and it pulled back a little bit on the 15th. Yesterday tested the resistance level, got stuffed out, and traded lower all day, down 3 points. That being said, it's coming up on its retracement, 50% retracement off its highs. So you know, not too much meat on the bone, but we do like it nonetheless to see what's going to happen when it gets to that level. So we're going to keep this thing on watch midday. And that is what we got going into the sessions, guys. So as always, man, you know, we're going to stay very diligent. We sit back, we stalk our stocks like a lion stalks its prey, right? We sit back and we wait and we wait and we wait. So we have 8 on watch. Majority, most times out of 10, we're going to probably hit 1, maybe 2, you know, if best. Whenever the best one crosses our path, sets up on our charts, gives us our signals, our entry levels are ready to go, risk is proper, we step in and we take it down. Simple as that. We don't chase anything. If nothing sets up for us, we don't trade. It's that simple. No need to jump around having to trade because the market's open. You don't trade like that. You know, that's not how professionals trade. You be patient with your setups. You're patient with the stocks you're looking at. You stock your stock. Wait for the stock to come to you. When it's ready, then you step in and you take it down. Otherwise, you just wait. All right, guys. If you want to know what we're doing here, obviously how we're trading these stocks and these charts, how we're building our watch list, come check us out at thestreettrading.com, and we'll sort you out on the 90-day course. All right, guys. Have a great day in the markets. Be diligent, be safe, and stick to your stops.